Ah, good afternoon, late afternoon. Welcome to another Thirsty Thursday, the selfish project of my own to tell you about the week that was, about our life, and like whatever, honestly. All right, everybody, grab a beverage. Do you have your beverage? Do you remember what we do? Of course you do. All right, first, we skim the top, then we get the gutter, then we blow. Oh, yeah. Let me place my cup right in front of me. Now this is the tricky part. How do we get the pizzazz ready? Let's open. Oh yeah, a little bit of a spray action, but that's okay. Let's fill this bad boy up. Here we go. Remember, you're loved, you're wanted, you're special. You're kind of weird, but we like you anyway. Ah, right there. The bubbles of freedom are upon us. Let us sip and rejoice as we contemplate the last week we had. I think we need a little more juice there, fam. Hold on. Oh, yeah, when the bubbles die down, sometimes they gift you with more space to fill the cup with. One more sip. Oh, yeah. And remember, 3, 2, 1. That's a knockout.
3, 2, 1, yeah, that's a knockout. They call me kamikaze, put you in heaven's lobby. On gas, no brakes, you can never stop me. Nah, no, you can never stop me. Yeah, cause I'm the power slap king.
Samson, baby!
Hey, fam, let me put this drink down, huh? Good to see you. Good to see you. For the 3 people that are listening right now, ooh, I applaud you for sticking around. Okay. The week that was, well, kind of a deal because school is coming. We literally have back to school night tonight. So school is upon us, which is good. Look, summer was awesome. We had a lot of good fun. But there comes a point where it's time for the children to go back to school. So the parents can get into a routine. Allie's kind of stressing out about the salon and stuff, wants some more help. So it'll be good to get the kids back in the routine. I can go help out a little bit more when she needs me. But yeah, exciting times. Last week, believe it or not, 13 years married to wifey. 1-3. Woo! And there's no joke inserted here that's like, hey, feels like 50. Wink, wink. No, 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 sir. Nope, 13 years together. Holy moly. Makes you reflect a little bit on all the stuff, but hopefully it helps you get a bit more optimistic about the future as well. You know what I mean? But it was good. I surprised Allie. It was this whole deal where um, I I heard her talking the other day, like a week ago, and off and on the last couple of years, but as recently as about a week ago, talking about how we wanted to go to Greece, or she wanted to go to Greece. And I went down that algorithm a couple of years back, and it's kind of been in the back of our heads to go. So I thought, okay, I'll surprise her with a staycation downtown, and I'll get tickets, and I'll do all these things. And of course, what ends up happening is I screw up the dates. So I thought we could have 2 nights together at a staycation. Ended up being one, but it was good because you got to go out with Lucas for like the whole day, a whole night. And I told her I was going to go see this movie Stands. It's this Eminem documentary, really late night, so 10 o'clock at night, so I could get all the room ready and everything like that, and then surprise her. But I just spaced a couple things. I'm a dude, remember? We forget things sometimes, and she had this whole day and night with Lucas planned. So, but it still worked out. So I still, got the room, set up a little bit of stuff, but honestly, I was like, I can just bring it in with me and have her wait outside when we actually go down there to check it out. But it was funny because one of Allie's really good friends and clients, she has a boyfriend who lives in Greece. So she's there a lot. And when she does go there, she's there for like weeks at a time. So I was texting her up. The tickets were a little bit less expensive during the quote unquote winter months but I didn't know what that meant. Like, it's going to be miserable. Is it going to be actual snow? Like, I don't know. So anyway, I was texting up her friend Tanya, and it was awesome, man. She was super positive and like, no, that's a great time to go. We love Greece in February. And so I got us tickets to go to Greece next year over Valentine's Day for about a week. So that's going to be awesome and fun. But anyway, I was texting Ali's friend, just getting like just some more info, what to expect, things like that. And so she was in on it. And when all that mistiming and everything went down on my end, and they ended up, Ali and Lucas ended up having kind of the day and night together. Um, I swear to you, they never go visit Tanya, ever. And they end up going to visit Tanya. So I texted Tanya. I was like, you better not say a thing. They're coming over. Shh. I told her I was going to this movie, a really late movie, so I could go set it up and, all this kind of stuff. So it was just hilarious that out of all the times to go visit this one particular friend, it was a time I was trying to like hustle something up. And so I told her, I was like, I even bought a ticket to a movie so they'll think I'm there. And I did go, but I missed like the first chunk of it. But yeah, it was just funny how it worked out. The one person I knew that she wouldn't interact with until the weekend was over, the anniversary was over, she literally interacted with her and went out to dinner with her. But shout out to Tanya. She kept the secret. It was all good. So on our actual anniversary day, Lucas went camping with grandparents and some cousins. So we drop him off and we come back to our house. And as we're pulling in the driveway, I'm like, all right, should we go have our staycation for our anniversary? And she's like, really? And I said, yeah. So we go in, get all packed and everything. And we go down to the hotel. And I'm like, oh, okay, I still have like one more thing to do. And she's like, what? And so I before that, just a side note. Remember, we're documenting life here, so little details might matter long term. Side note: I wrote her up this email, just talking about how, just stuff that's been going on, and just letting her know that I'll always be there, that kind of thing. And Ali's really big on, uh, when we were dating, Ali would always say, people always leave, people always leave. And she's had some instances where she gets close to people and then they take off or whatever, or throughout her whole life. And so being always there for her is a big deal. And so that was kind of the theme of the email. As long as I've known her, man, as long as we've been dating, engaged, married, kids, moving around for jobs, the whole time we've been together, that's kind of been a thing of hers. And so I just put that in there, and then I let her know that, of course, most beautiful woman in the world, love her success. No one works harder, this and that. And as we were going to the hotel, I sent that email to her so she got to read it, which was kind of a nice moment. So anyway, we get to the hotel and I'm like, oh, I got one more thing. Hold on. So she stayed outside. Well, I just set up like champagne and orange juice. Allie's the mimosa queen. And I put out some baklava pastries. And I looked online how to spell I love you in Greek. So I wrote I love you in Greek on the envelope, right? So we come in and she reads it and just she opens it up. And on the card I had wrote, let's go to Greece over Valentine's Day or something like that. And so she was super excited, ran and jumped into my arms, which is awesome. She never fucking does that. So that was cool. And yes, totally surprised, had no idea. And it was a cool moment. So we're very excited. We've never been to Europe ever. Not me, not her. I've been to like Asia countries, so Japan, Korea, Bahamas, Mexico. I don't know if you count Mexico, but that was out of the country. But we never been to Europe, so we're gonna go together. And I couldn't be more excited. It's gonna be great. So yeah, we did that. Hung by the pool at the hotel. Went and did some dinner hopping, which was whatever. It's really hard, man. Whenever there's a high, there's always a low, and the expectation from either side is an expectation of one way, but they don't have to have that same expectation on the other way. So, but overall, she had a good time and she was super excited, and that's what's important. And then after going out to a couple different restaurants, we restaurant hopped, came back, Ali crashed, and I stayed awake for a little bit, and yeah, it was a good time. So Happy anniversary, baby. 13 years. Here we go. One day you'll figure me out, I suppose. Read me like a book. Come on now. It's funny because Allie will not hear this or listen to this, so we can say whatever we want right now. I like elephants on my back, stuff like that. She'll never know. Oh man, what else, fam? Here, just pouring up my drink. Sometimes when I do Thirsty Thursday, it could be the caffeine. Let's be honest, it could be the caffeine, but I feel like I talk too fast sometimes. So good. So we had the wedding anniversary. Lucas got home from camping a few days later. Timmer's getting ready to go to high school, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Lucas is getting ready to go to 6th grade, which is crazy. Oh shit, Dre, he officially is in college. He made it up there. He could only have one person help him move into the dorms, so his mom helped him get up there, get his stuff up there. But yeah, my oldest kid is in college. He's a freaking college guy. Dre has big emotions, and a lot of those big emotions he kind of holds inside. So I hope it went well. I hope he's doing, good and everything. I texted him up a few times. Sounds like he's doing good. He actually watched the dog while we had this spontaneous staycation. So he came through in the clutch for that. So that was awesome. But yeah, Dre's in college, man. It's so crazy. I haven't reflected too much. I'm not a huge reflecting guy. I like to look towards the future, but how can you not reflect a little bit? And yeah, Dre's been through a lot, man. But as we all do. But as far as education and all that, and things he wants to achieve, he's killing it. Really high scores, full ride scholarship. Don't have to pay a dime. I mean, except for ticky tacky stuff, stuff he may want in the dorm room, things like that. But yeah, he is college bound. He's going to be a Utah man, a running Ute. So a Utah man am I, and he is. Fam, that Viking berry is coming in clutch today. Ooh, so cold. Man, so Dre's up to college. So weird, so crazy. Hotter lately. Been hotter lately. Went for a run in the 100 degrees, 101 degrees. So there's this track I go to where if you run outside our house, you run down the hill, and then there's a track, and then I run around the track twice, and then I run back up the hill. And it's been getting easier all summer. I started at the beginning of the summer, and it was death. My legs were fluid. They were so weak. But now it's getting easier. So did that, but it was so freaking hot that I was just like, you know what? We got to document this. So Lucas filmed me taking off my shoes and my AirPods and sunglasses and all that, and then just jumping into the pool, and it felt incredible. What a reward. So super hot around here, dude. But good times, though. It shows August is usually the hottest month in Utah. And so, when it's getting super hot, things are about to change. School's going to be in session. Fall's about to come through. So it's a sign of the times as well. But yeah, Allie had her websites coming together for her hair. We had a preview of it late last night, and it looks awesome. It's coming together so good. She launched her referral program, which seems to be going well still. A lot of work, a lot of tedious work. She's under a lot of stress for sure. And but she's Allie. So until she's around safe people, she doesn't show she does not skip a beat. She does not show any weakness whatsoever, and she keeps thriving and going. So that's good. And it was good to finally have some validation with the website too for her hairline, because that's been a long time coming. And that was awesome to see. So super excited about that. And that brings us to Dad. Dad, it's been hard, man. Everybody in my particular world, everybody kind of pulls you every which direction. And there's some times where nobody seems to be satisfied. They're still irritated with you. But having the dad going through he's going through a tougher time, puts a lot of things in perspective. And it makes you have way less patience with mean people. It makes you have way less patience with people who aren't willing to help you out. It makes you have way less patience for people who say one thing and do the other. It's really brought to light in my life in a major way. The old saying, actions speak louder than words. And I am a strong, firm believer in that, man, especially this year, because everybody, they want everything from you, but they won't give you anything. And not everybody, but most people, you know what I'm talking about, fam. And so that has come home a lot, um, and it's been a good awakening. Doesn't make things any easier, I guess, with like personal relationships, things like that. But it does make you realize, oh, okay, well, if you want this from me, what are you going to give back to me? And that might sound selfish, but that's important. And if people aren't filling up your cup, with things they promise they're going to do or things that they've implied they're going to do, maybe you find a new filler of the cup. You know what I'm saying? but yeah, he's had a tough go, man. This week was hard. A lot of falling, a lot of cleaning up, things like that. And it's weird because, look, it's not 100% there, and frankly, who knows when it will be. But every week things set in a little bit stronger. A lot more shaking now. But it also makes the moments where he is around mentally that much awesome, right? That much more fun, I should say, right? And he's still there. It comes and goes, but lately we're just counting to 13 a lot. We think we got to grab things in front of us. We definitely know where we are more than not, but it's getting close to where that might shift a little bit. But for the most part, he's in great spirits. My mom, she's finally going to try and get some help as well, which will be great because, that bitch is exhausted, man. And for good reason, she's exhausted. I mean, it's hard for her to ask for help. So the fact that she is asking for help is a big sign that, help is needed. And so we're looking to get some help in there. I don't know if we're going to do it this week or the following week, but it's probably time for that. We can't, as a big, strong man as I am, I don't know how often I can keep lifting him and carrying him around and doing all those things. It really puts real stuff in perspective too with Pops. Like, my mom was feeding him breakfast, and she's like, "I'm here. I'm going to take care of you. I love you. All this kind of stuff." And it just made me think, who's going to do that for me? It really did. It really did make me think that. And on top of some other stuff that was hard, this last week, that thought really hit home. I was like, oh my goodness, no one's going to do that for me. That might be a dark comment, but man, that's funny, isn't it? To have the realization, no one's going to do that. I thought maybe Timmer will come through, but shit, hopefully, we got another 40 years before, I've got to deal with that. And in 40 years, who knows what Timmer will be doing? But I can guarantee you this: if Allie actually knew what it would entail to take care of me when I get like that, man, she's hiring that shit out immediately. She's not doing that shit. Actions over words, baby. So that's been hard, but also it's been hard, but it's also been good because it puts a lot of stuff in. Like I said, it puts a lot of stuff in perspective. It's so easy to complain, and it's so easy to fixate. So it just is a major help to realize that, hey, things are shitty and, things are hard, but overall, we woke up on the right side of the dirt. And those people that just keep treating you the way they treat you, you just, whatever, go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Go do your thing. I found out, I don't know if it's true, I'll have to ask her. I found out that my nephew for my youngest sister is moving in with my parents. He's going to school out here. I'll have to confirm that. Moo, if you're listening, text me or something. Which that'd be cool. Don't really know that kid as well as I could, for obvious reasons. They don't live, they don't live here. They live in New Mexico. So that makes sense. So it'd be cool to have him around, you know what I mean? Have a little shake up the scene a little bit. There's always those houses, those homes with certain parents where people tend to like come through or stay when they need it. Allie's one of those. Allie's parents is one of those houses. My parents is one of those houses, and it's kind of cool to see that still being one of those houses. A home where a family can come in and stay when they need to. So we set up a bed frame for him today. Well, Timmer set up a bed frame for him today, and so that'll be fun. Bobo's gone. She got that scholarship, son. She's gonna go play softball in Colorado. So I gave her some sound advice. You know what? Maybe I'll read it to you. Look, it's only family listen to this, right? Let me grab it. So I knew she was going to college, and every good uncle gives advice to their niece. I'm not her dad or anything, but sometimes they listen to the uncles more than the dads. So this is my sound advice from my Bobo. I said, I wasn't there when you were born, but I am here when you go to college. No drugs. And then in parentheses, I put cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, Adderall, Klonopin, lean, Robos, etc. No alcohol. And then in parentheses, I put, this seems self-explanatory. And if you must try, just have one beer or hard seltzer, ... One. Boys, then I put in parentheses. Mostly the ones who claim that it was revealed to them that you were meant to be together. Run from these boys. Girls, then in parentheses. If you find yourself leaning towards other girls, just know you are the pretty one, the hot one, not the butch one. And then I said, uncle, in parentheses. I will always come if you need me. Just shoot me a text. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. To which she said, I'll keep private, but let's just say I for sure got the best advice out there on a text on her way to college. Absolutely. Yeah, so she's off. Big changes are happening, man. I think that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy this week. Well, it's funny. I think I say that a lot each week, but in retrospect, things sometimes are a little bit easier because the moments have passed. But working through some stuff with Pops. Allie's still trucking along, doing her own thing. Lucas, Timmer, Dre, they're just getting ready for school to start. They're all getting older, bigger. Had the wedding anniversary. Allie seemed to like that, which is what it's about. And you know what, man? Yeah, so we'll keep trucking along. I got some more stuff to do as far as like getting ready for school. So we'll end up doing that the rest of the day, I'm sure. But overall, fam, another week, another beverage, and another chat in the books. Thirsty Thursday. Cheers. Let's go have the best day of our lives.